Okay, welcome to some options for summer work. Not summer work that's necessarily mandatory, but an introduction to the mathematical exploration. It's better known as the Maths Internal Assessment, and it is part of your IB exam grade. Your IB exam grade will be made up of 2 exams and this internal assessment. The purpose of the internal assessment is to demonstrate an application of skills and knowledge and pursue personal interests. It is an individual exploration, so you will be doing these on your own. It's not like TOK. It involves investigating an area of mathematics, and it is marked according to 5 assessment criteria. So, the process. Dates will be determined later by your actual IB teacher next year, whether that's me or Mr. DeRay or Mr. Ellis. You need to be researching, or students will need to research topic ideas. So that means, what is something that you're interested in? And how does mathematics fit into that interest? The thing that I would ask you to start thinking about is that thinking process. So creating what's called a mind map of ideas to explore or research. And I'm going to post a couple of these online, but here's an example of a mind map that was related to somebody who had an interest in biology and chemistry, and they were really interested in fishing. So they, took that and they looked at US fisheries. They talked about how that could be maybe exponential growth. They looked at the fisheries, they looked at a number of different things, and then they started figuring out, where does mathematics fall into that? But it's based on their interests, and then how does that math fit into it? That's going to help you write a good math IA because you're going to have that interest in it. Here's another example of one based on water. So this person might have been very interested in water, and then they started talking about, okay, well, maybe I'll look at rainfall. Maybe I'll look at fountains and water designs. Maybe I'll look at sailing. Maybe I'll look at salt saturation or predicting storm surges or how much water is left in the world. But then they also had to start thinking about what those math pieces are. So those are 2 examples of mind maps that you could look at to help you identify places to go. So what could you do this summer? I'm not asking you guys to write your IAs, and neither is Mr. Dre or Mr. Ellis. But what we're asking you to do is start thinking and exploring ideas that you have an interest in, and then looking into those ideas and figuring out what mathematics can be found in those ideas. Start your research. Start creating a mind map of ideas and potential mathematics. The other thing I'm going to ask you guys to do is read through those examples that are going to be on Schoology, and then also start looking into what the internal assessment details are with regards to scoring. So, choosing a topic. You need to identify that appropriate topic. You need to work on developing that topic, devising a focus that is well defined and appropriate, and ensuring that the topic lends itself to a concise exploration. You don't want this to go on for ever and ever. You'll see in the assessment details, an IA is approximately 6 to 12 pages long. It is very different than your EE, which has a specific number of words, or your history IA that have other specifications. You will be scored in the following 5 areas. You'll be scored based on communication. That's worth 4 marks. You will be based on mathematical presentation. That's also 4 marks. You'll be scored on personal engagement. That is 3 marks. Reflection is 3 marks. And then your mathematics, your use of mathematics is 6 marks. So these are going to be your areas of scoring. If you guys are already on this, you've seen that there is a resource page. And in the resource page, I've created a folder, 2020 and 2021 IA folder. In there is the internal assessment details. This is actually part of the IB syllabus. I copied and pasted it so you guys could actually read it. It has the scoring criteria with the rubric. There is a folder of IA examples. I think I've got 9 of them or 8 of them. Each of them has Student work, so this one was about a horse. Student work, it has a commentary based on a moderator, and then annotated student work. So you can see where they came up with those values that they scored it. So those are examples of both papers and scoring. There are a wealth of different examples. Some of them are calculus, some of them are statistics, some of them are functions, some of them are geometry and trigonometry. They ran the gamut. I tried to get at least one example of all of the different types of, one's algebra as well, of the different types of parts of the syllabus. There is one in here that is strictly applications and interpretations. That's this infant one, and you notice it says AI after it. All of the others actually fit for both analysis and for application. So it fits for any of the 3 junior level IB courses that you're currently in, and then for you as well next year. So there are quite a few different ones that you guys can look at. Also in that folder is a paper by a professor from Rice University. I find this paper absolutely fascinating. I'm a bit of a dork, but that's, you guys already know that. So with this writing math papers, it's an informational paper about writing good mathematics and writing good mathematical papers, like with formatting, et cetera, and things like that. So this would be another thing for you guys to read. So I'll post the PowerPoint for you guys, and also include those mind maps so that you guys have an opportunity to look at those. But as far as summer work goes, this would be my suggestion for you guys. Again, if you have questions, feel free to message me or Mr. Duray or Mr. Ellis via Schoology. I'm sure we will be able to answer your questions. Hope you guys are well.